Hey, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Maya, and it's been a minute. I am just gonna try to jump right into these book reviews, but I just wanted to give a quick disclaimer that I do now work in the teen services department of my library. I've actually been there for a couple of months, so I'm reading a lot of YA, and surprisingly reading a lot faster than I did in the past when I wasn't reading it or was trying not to read it. So yeah, with that said, we are gonna jump right into the video. So today we are talking about The Girls I've Been by Tess Sharpe. This book came out in February of 2021 and I read it in March, and wow, this is amazing. I saw it came in on the new YA cart and immediately thought of Black Widow, which we got gypped on last year because of circumstances. So I started reading it and just immediately got hooked. It's about this girl named Nora who ends up going to the bank with her girlfriend Iris and her ex-boyfriend, now best friend, Wes. And they're going to the bank to drop off money that they earned from a fundraiser, if I remember correctly. And then the bank gets robbed. These two gunmen come into the bank. They have to figure out how to get out. Now, Nora is in the unique situation in that she grew up to be a con artist because her mom is a con artist, and she escaped the con because of her older sister, who she now lives with in this town in, oh I forgot, I think they're in California somewhere. So before their phones get taken away, Nora sends a distress call to her sister Lee, and Lee is supposed to come and try to help them get out of the bank alive and escape the bank robbers. This was such a good novel. I loved every second of it. The Girls I've Been refers back to Nora's different identities when she was running cons with her mom. Her mom would tell her, your name is Haley. You're Haley now. This is what Haley looks like. This is what Haley does. This is how Haley talks. This is how Haley is supposed to behave. And then they would run a con on somebody, and then they would leave and then change identities. And her mom would always tell her, now your name is Samantha, and so on and so forth. And each girl came with their own lesson, and each girl came with their own trauma. Trigger warning, there is sexual assault in this, there's violence in this book. Quite a few F-bombs dropped in this book too, but it was sprinkled in there, I would say, realistically. It was done really well, and it flashes back and forth between the present and Nora talking about this experience that kind of relates to. So as you're going through the book, she's drawing on past experiences, and you slowly learn how she escaped and why she escaped and who she escaped from. It wasn't just her mother that she got out from. And just trying to find her own identity. Nora is bisexual, and like I said, she's in a relationship with this girl named Iris who's there, and her ex-boyfriend Wes is also there, and their friendship kind of fell apart based on the lies that Wes found out about when he found out who Nora originally was. Nora is not her real name. It is her name that she's now taken since she's left the con. I just thought this was really well done. And I recently found out that this might be turned into a Netflix movie or show or something like that. I have to do research on it now. But what rating would I give this? Would I give this a 5-star rating? 4.5? I honestly can't think of anything. Like, for a while I was like, oh, there's some loose ends that they're not gonna tie up by the end of this novel, but I feel like they tied up everything quite well. You know, Nora is a very likable character, in my opinion. Honestly, she reminds me so much of Natasha, just her path after coming out of the Red Room and, you know, coming to meet the Avengers and becoming friends with Steve and Clint and who she grows to be. It's a very nature versus nurture situation, and where both of them weren't nurtured when they were children. They were kind of taught to survive and to lie and to be the worst of the worst. And when they're put in these situations and in this environment with people that genuinely care and genuinely want to see them grow and be better people, they do. They rise to that occasion, and it's sincere, and they get to be themselves, and there's this level of vulnerability and honesty that they weren't allowed to express before, and I really loved this book. I want to read it again, actually. So if you like anything related to the Black Widow, if you like con artist related books about secrets and suspense and mystery and trying to figure out what's gonna happen, a heist situation, this is definitely the book for you. So yeah, that was The Girls I've Been by Tess Sharpe. I thoroughly enjoyed it.